Well, and this is, again, another example of the fact that we have a bias that we somehow view whatever we do for the most part as good and what foreigners do as bad. So, as we sit here and we're doing comparisons, how do you know that the court system in Russia, the court system in the Ukraine, isn't better than ours? And the reason being is if you asked 100 people on the street, we would just naturally assume it, unless, of course, maybe you're one of the people that's actually gone before a couple of these crazy courts. And then you start to question the entire system. And the system always is designed to do one thing, and that is to make you always believe that your system or your way of doing things is the best and is above reproach. Well, clearly from your examples of what you've seen, you might be better off going to court in Venezuela over your child.
I know we're laughing here, Rex, but it's but it's not a laughing matter. And the fact of the matter is, and we've pointed this out before too, when we just look at the whole judicial system and our justice system here, what do we have? 3 or 4% of the world population and 25% of the prison population. Has this just become a way of a cottage industry? I mean, really.
Well, there's the military-industrial complex, and now there's the prison complex. You've got corporations that now own prisons through private contracts, telling states and localities that, look, unless our prison's full, we're going to charge you for the unused beds. So now there's an incentive to throw more people in prison to at least justify the cost of what you're doing. And this is pervasive within our system that, hopefully most Americans don't have to find their way into a courtroom. I mean, I think it was Abraham Lincoln that, made some sort of quote, avoid courts and lawyers at all costs. We're back to this position of let's always remember that the integrity of the laws that we pass is also based upon how well the courts go about enforcing those particular laws. And that's the scary part about what we have. We've got a rogue judiciary. We've got a rogue legislative branch that pass laws that they really have no intention of enforcing, or if they're enforced in an uneven manner. If you just take the amount of prosecutions of minorities under the current drug laws relative to, let's say, people who are richer socioeconomically, it's drastically different. And this is one of those areas where, Republicans and Democrats alike have let down those who are the less trodden within our society, because it's a lot easier to throw the book at the lower class person than it is to throw them at the, well, he's from a good home, or, well, his father's a good guy, So that's really the scary part. We always rely on justice and the truth concept of justice, of it being doled out in an equal and level fashion so that everyone feels that they've gotten a fair treatment. But, obviously when you listen to a number of these court cases and you see how much one person gets sentenced to jail time compared to for the exact same crime as maybe someone else, then you start to say to yourself, something's wrong here.
And are we buying the justice? And, Michael, this is one of the reasons, and Frank, why I want to keep going back to lag. Because when we first started reporting on lag towing, when Mark Robbins first started talking about it, what were they saying? We were nuts. We were crazy.
Right.
And just to go back to that,